Welcome back, everybody. John Kelly here with John Kelly Fitness and head coach at Live Free CrossFit. And today I would just like to talk about the ketogenic diet. I'm going to be discussing this topic all week, so I'm not going to get into too much in-depth analysis right now and how to implement the diet, but I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what this diet is. There's a lot of information out there about different ways of eating, and everything works for a short time when it comes to changing up your diet. But the ketogenic diet is something that you could actually do long term and continue to see benefits from. The ketogenic diet is a specific macronutrient ratio, meaning fats, carbs, and proteins split up in a particular ratio. Fats will encompass 75% of your diet, which is super high for most people because we've always been told that fats are the cause of heart disease and fats make you fat. So it's hard for people to grasp that they can eat 75% of their calories per day from fat, but you can, and it does benefit you. The drawback is that only leaves you 20% of your calories to come from protein and a measly 5% of your calories to come from carbohydrates. So, can you do this diet? Yes, you can. Fats are yummy. You got meats, you got eggs, you got bacon, you got oils, you got nuts, you got avocado, you got sour cream, cream cheese, all kinds of cheeses. Vegetables that are not fats, but you can eat plenty of. There's really no limit on vegetables because they're so nutrient dense and so low in carbohydrates. So there's a lot of things you can eat on a ketogenic diet. You just have to know what fats are, what proteins are, and what carbs are to make sure that you're not messing up the ratios. Your fats have to come from good sources, not just any sources. You don't want to get crappy meat. You don't want to get conventional milk. You want to spend your money on the good stuff. So if you're going to be investing in good fats, you want to make sure it's organic. You want to make sure it's grass-fed. You don't want to just put anything in your body because there's a lot of hormones, there's a lot of synthetic compounds in conventional meats and dairy. Protein. Protein can turn into sugar. You don't want to eat protein and turn it into glucose by having too much of it, so you got to keep it moderate. So if you're doing 20% and you're doing 2,000 calories a day, you're only looking at 400 calories or 100 grams of protein per day. That's not a lot. Most people eat a lot more than that, so you got to be careful with your protein. Carbs, you got to be super careful. The whole object is to keep your carbs low so you can reduce your insulin levels. You can regain insulin sensitivity. You can improve insulin resistance. But if you're eating more carbs than you should, you're going to continue to use glucose as fuel. The ketogenic diet changes your body and makes you use fat for fuel. So you have tons of fat on you. You start using it for fuel, you're going to get rid of it. If you have glucose or glycogen in your system, sugar, then your body's going to use sugar. So it takes a while to get fat adapted. You have to burn all the sugar first. And you got about 500 grams in your liver and in your muscles. So once you burn that down, then you can begin to reap the benefits of a ketogenic diet. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what a ketogenic diet is. We'll discuss it more this week. I'll give you some tips on how to implement it, and I'll tell you about some mistakes that you want to avoid so you don't get knocked out of ketosis too quick. And I'll also tell you about the health benefits. So stay tuned this week. We're going to talk about the ketogenic diet, and I hope you guys have a great week.